products here, we sold them. We move around and we all want to do what we want to do too. So life has decreased and this forex issue continues to dog us. I will say more about it on Friday. So we can get basic materials to fix the road because remember petrol used to make something, it's called bitumen. And now that we don't make it, we have to find forex to buy bitumen, to import bitumen as well. We refine the products here, we sold them. We move around and we all want to do what we want to do too, so I'm looking out there. What happens is I have a little line and then I get carried away, so bear with me a few minutes more. I will not keep you here for 4 hours. I promise you that. Dragon Bass may be a positive step on paper, but its details, its costs and benefits have not been fleshed out. And so who will pick up the service companies? Will it be TNT or Venezuela? How will we benefit from Dragon Bass? I think we need more details before we start to clap our hands and make a joyful noise. Recently, we called about a minimum wage, and we'll do that, and I'll go to more detail on Friday. And there is something Dr. Wright has reminded me to point out. We're having a tremendous brain drain going on in the country because we have so many qualified persons. In our consultations that happen, people came not just with O-levels or A-levels, they have people degrees from university, higher degrees from university, doctors and nurses and so on. They can't get work. They can't get a job here. And there's that tremendous brain drain which is taking place. And we have to find a way to stem the brain drain as fast as we can. How do you do that? We do what the government promised to do in this budget statement. Diversification. But in this budget, if I find that diversified alone, might be about 10 times. So that's what research and confirm. And even when it's mentioned, it's just like, it's a nice word to use. But there is nothing, as I said at the start, which says, we'll do this to diversify. We'll do that to diversify. Whatever it is. I had an economic plan once before. I told you what we'll do. We'll use a corridor. Take this whole corridor, this corridor, and create a manufacturing sector to do certain things. We can make gloves here for the military. We can do so many things. Create other streams of revenue and don't depend on this oil and gas, because the oil and gas is finite. It will be there forever, for infinity. It will end. And today the minister didn't talk about we have old acreage and old fields and we're not getting as much uptake as you want. So I close as I started. The people deserve more than this budget is offered. Parents will have to do magic here today. And I think people deserve far more than even government who cares, who listens, and genuinely. We'll take some questions. I hope we'll get received. I'll see you on Friday. If you have any questions, I know you can take them now, please. Is there anything else you want to mention?
Mrs. Professor, when we interviewed you before the budget presentation, you did express some concern over the pegging of the budget on the price per barrel of oil and the MMBTU of gas. Now, we saw that the minister did send that down a bit to $85 per barrel and I believe 5 MMBTU. Your thoughts?
My thoughts on that? He spent so long. He said, well, WTI is this is that, IV is this. And he kept saying to him, well, what's your number? So how did he pick his number? He gave us a whole history, and then he gave his numbers. I really can't say much more on that now. Actually, I will develop my brain and research it and see what we come up with. My greater concern is the deficit, proposed deficit. And I noticed that the minister did not tell us what is the deficit for this year, last year's budget, 22-23. No deficit. I think he used a percentage rather than a real number. And for the 24 budget, he projected a 5.1 billion deficit. Great.
Ms. Kamal Pasabi Sessa, Ryan Hamilton, Davis, Trinidad Newsday. With regard to the increase in number of police officers, I'm not sure if my memory is correct, but I do recall on occasion the Prime Minister saying that an increase in the number of police officers may not have the full effect that it's supposed to have. What do you think has changed in the mind of the government?
He did say it, you're correct. And he's correct. We have one of the highest rates of officers.
Per capita.
Per capita.
Per capita. They have a good memory to remember that you can say. And, it's about what I said earlier, more money but not real ideas. Spend money at the programs and we had the ideas. So we have to ask him what has changed. Why has he changed? He's changed about a lot of things, you know. I remember the petrol train, not closing the door, and then whaps, all. On the property tax. When he was MP, embattled under Mr. Manning's government, he said, look, it don't matter how much it is, just $1 in this property tax is more separation for the people in they want it. So he's changed his mind, maybe because he's going to become prime minister. Things have changed. He might have other explanations. He's in the departure lounge. I think they're desperate now to really, try to buy voters back, having lost such tremendous support. DHA in his own backyard, DHA, and in Trinidad as well.
As a former education minister, what are your feelings on the either consultations or initiatives? I'm still not clear on what it is to standardize school books for students and so on. If you can give me a little bit.
You haven't done it in 8 years. When do you plan to do it? And a type of that I mentioned, I don't think that is the way to go. Yes, standardize, but use e-books rather than hard copies. That's the way to go. And of course, the laptops give you access to the net. You can get access to so many other books, not just the standardized textbook or whatever. So I think that's the way to go, e-books.
Mrs. Pasabi Sasaduri Spolo from CNC3. What are your thoughts on the allocation to Tobago? We had Dr. Faith B. Israel speaking with us just before you came in, and she said there was in fact a decrease for the allocation for their development on the island, maybe slashed by around half. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, when I heard the numbers, I was very shocked about the development program. What was it? 760 million or something, but 260, yeah, for the DP program, which is a very small amount. So I think she's correct for development program. So what can you do? They're punishing them. They said to me, we'll never forgive them. That's true. We'll never forgive them. Yeah, it has got the DP program, she's to be correct. And it's most unfortunate because it's a development program that develops. The recurrent program just is to pay salaries. It's the DP that is important. Again, I'll say more on it when I can study a little further. But I think they're already punishing people. More ways than one. Okay?
Was there any part of the budget that the opposition was pleased with or found commendable, or were you just pleased with its entirety?
That's a kind I think the budget statement was very deceptive, and I can develop that point further. It was very deceptive. So whilst it sounds good on paper, again, it's in the eating side to deceive it in delivery that will take place. So yes, I'm happy that you said you want to do something for the books for children, but that's not the way to go. Yes, I'm happy you put something in, which is not enough. So maybe it'll never be enough until this go. The only thing I think the government can do now, this government has to do. They have no care for the ordinary people in Trinidad and Tobago. That is my respectful view.
Thank you.
Thank you.